dedicated to empowering the youth through life education skills. And here with more details is Fanta and Kira. Thanks so much for coming in today, ladies.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's start off by talking about where the inspiration behind Whittcare started.
I actually used to be a chemistry tutor for a local TRIO program that helps first-time generation college students get acclimated and prepared for college. I tutored in several different Buffalo public schools, and after working with the youth, I kind of figured out that there were a lot of things that they weren't getting, and that academics wasn't actually the reason why first-time generation students were not succeeding when they went to college.
Okay. What were some of the things missing?
Life skills, understanding why you're doing things, knowing who you are and how you operate as an individual. It's very important to understand why you do things or why you like to do things, and once you start to lean into your strengths and your natural talents, it makes everything else easier.
Let's talk more about what you do at Whittcare.
So I help young people to transition into adulthood. I focus on three main pillars, which are personal development, career preparedness, and then the actual planning of their transition, giving them actionable steps in order to help them figure out the game plan for being successful.
That's a big one. Okay. Let's talk about your upcoming workshop series, Spotlight.
Skills for Success, Transitioning into High School. It's a program that I created for middle school students in order to help them get ready for high school. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't actually understand the importance of that transition. It's when you are in the middle of puberty, you're trying to figure out who you are, how you want to be, and you're leaving the school or 8th grade as top dog, and then you're transitioning into the bottom of the barrel, kind of, so to say, into your freshman year of high school, and then you're kind of in like a training wheel, I want to call it. And what I mean by that is there's so many different experiences, people, freedom, all kind of things that you may not be accustomed to as an elementary student transferring into high school. So I just want to help young people get prepared for that so that they can actually have a successful high school career.
That makes sense. I mean, in elementary school, middle school, a lot of parents are still very involved in even things like making sure they're sitting down and doing their homework or making sure they're planning out their lessons. Once you get to high school, no one should be overseeing that. There should be a little bit of overseeing, but it should be the onus is on the student, right? And
Exactly.
if you've never had to do that before, for some people it may not come naturally, that kind of discipline.
Exactly. I mean, even think about how you go to school.
Right.
When you're in elementary school, the yellow bus comes and picks you up at the corner. And then when you're in high school, it's kind of like, I got to figure out how to catch the metro. Nobody's going to stand at the corner with me. And you're responsible for getting to school on time by yourself.
Don't I know? I had a bus and 3 trains to take to school. Okay, so let's talk more about this workshop. When and where is it happening?
It's happening every other Thursday. The second session will be the 17th, which is this Thursday. It starts at 6 o'clock and it goes until 7:30. We also provide food and we create a space for parents if they want to stay as well, trying to make everything convenient so it's easier for families to attend.
Nice. Kira, I know that you were actually a participant of this program. Tell us about what your experience was like or what you learned.
So far, coming on to it, in my freshman year, I had like a bit of a problem with attitude and just being able to grow and open up more to high school. So it was a bit harder for me, like high school was a bit harder for me. So it actually like taught me to be more open-minded and just like be more open to things going on around me, because like I have a hard time taking a lot of stuff in at one time, especially when I'm very frustrated. But working with Fanta, it has made everything much easier. She brings like a lot of stuff to the table and she helps me focus on a lot of things at once, and it just gives me a lot of support. And now with me being in my junior year of high school, I'm more like well-rounded in the things that go on around me and more involved in school as well.
Nice. Okay. Do you feel like the skills that you learned in this program helped you have a different outlook on school in general?
It helped me have a different outlook on school and just life in general, because you have a lot of skills that you don't learn in school that you have to take out into the real world, and things that are like supposed to be there, they're not implemented in school, but being a part of this program has definitely taught me more, and being ahead of people in my class or ahead of people that are around me or people my age, I've definitely learned way more and been able to be more successful.
Nice. Well, we're so happy for your newfound success with this, and we know that it'll continue onto your future. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing more about this program and this upcoming workshop. Viewers, if you'd like to learn more about their programming and adulting workshops, you can visit whittcare.com or send an email to fwit@whittcare.com. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you again for having us.